friends? SeanPierceJohnson here. Welcome back to the studio and the channel. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. It's been a while since we've done a video on volume pedals. You know, we looked at the Morley Power Wah volume a little bit ago, but it's been a while since we really dived into the topic of volume pedals. Years ago, we did a volume pedal shootout, and that was a whole lot of fun. You guys really seemed to like it. But one of the things that I find that a lot of guitar players are talking about these days, thanks in no small part to the ability to put volume pedals into our pedal switchers and put them wherever we want and not suffer the tone suck. All the companies that have made volume pedals for years are starting to really revitalize their products, as it were. It's time to talk about what to do with volume pedals and where to put them. So I've put together a little bit of a pedal board. Well, I did put together a pedal board. Basically, this is how the pedal board is set up. I have my guitar plugged into the Boss TU3 tuner. Then out of that, I'm going into the Strymon Compadre, which is a compressor and a booster, which I bring in for a very specific purpose that I mentioned in the Power Wah volume video, but we'll get to in a little bit. Out of that, we go into the Morley Power Wah volume pedal, which seems logical to put first pre-gain because it's got a wah built into it. So if you're one of those crazy types that wants to have two volume pedals on their pedal board, that's kind of why it's there. Then after that, we're going into the Big Joe Empire. It's a 2-channel overdrive with a bunch of different stuff that you can do with it. We're running it in true bypass mode. We don't need to worry about the buffers because the Morley has a buffer in it, and it's pretty good. And then immediately after the Empire, we're going into the Morley 2020 volume pedal. Now this, again, another optical volume pedal that Morley makes. Got that custom 2020 buffer circuit that they've refined for this product launch. And that's coming after that distortion device and then into the Flashback 2 from TC Electronic and the Walrus Audio Fathom. So the idea here is really to give you guys an idea of how these different setups will affect the same kind of sounds and the same kind of playing concepts. So let's dive into some of these ideas. I'm going to be running all of this into the Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200, and let's hear the clean tone. Bring up the post volume, bring up the pre volume, and here. Really nice, very classic kind of clean tone. It's a good pedal platform, which is awesome. So with that raw tone, let's turn on the Fathom Reverb, which I have set to be pretty heavy. You can hear a lot of that modulation going on in the signal. It's there for a reason so that you really hear it. As a matter of fact, I'll up the mix. So let's take a listen to both volume pedals sweeping a swell in to that Fathom Reverb. Just one chord is all we really need. So that'll be the chord we'll play. Now let's go to the post volume pedal. So to my ears, I'm hearing basically the same kind of idea. Nothing sticks out to me with just running a nice heavy reverb, whether pre-gain or post-gain, that it's really making any difference at all. It's really when you start adding in your gain staging devices that you're going to decide which setup is going to be right for you. Now, I mentioned earlier the Strymon compadre in front of it. This is a little hack that I've come up with that sort of helps smooth out the way that the Morley volume pedals swell in. If you remember from our power wah volume video, the Morley uses an audio taper pot for the volume pedal, meaning that instead of going up in a straight line at a 45-degree angle, it actually replicates the curve of a sound wave. So let's go ahead and listen to that same exact idea with both these volume pedals, now with the compressor engaged. That's one squirrely sounding reverb, but it's there for a reason. So again, it's not really feeling like there's much of a difference here. We kind of getting that same idea, just the sweep is a little bit more even and just kind of seems to work out a little bit better for us. But now we start adding in our gain staging devices, and that's really where the game changes for us, and things start to get a little bit more apparent of the effect. Now, both of them are full up right now. I've turned off the Fathom, and you can hear this pretty good overdrive sound we've got going on. I do like this pedal a lot. So now let's check out what happens when we start toying around with the pre-volume pedal. That's the volume pedal before the Empire, the distortion gain staging pedal. You can tell by that sort of morphing of the volume and it's really just affecting the saturation of things. We start getting that effect very similar to utilizing our volume knob on our guitar. And that's really where we encounter those arguments of why people don't like volume pedals and we get tone suck. It's because of that added capacitance of not only having the volume knob on your guitar, but also a capacitor in a volume pedal down at your pedal board. I personally think that the Morley stuff, because of that nifty buffer that they've built into it, takes care of a lot of that problem, and it's not that much of a negative effect on the tone. I actually think that these sound really great. Now, with the flip side of that, the post-distortion volume pedal, let's take a listen to what that does. I'm not even gonna bother messing with the pre-volume pedal. So basically what we have with the post volume, or the post gain volume pedal, I should say, is an overall master volume. And that is something that can come in really handy for working with your time-based stuff. You get the full realized sound that you have crafted with your gain staging devices and maybe even some of your modulation pedals, and you send that into your delay and your reverb. Everything just gets reverberated and echoed and delayed as you would want it to. You're not getting anything that's lacking in any sort of saturation, distortion. The gain staging is all there. Let's go ahead and stack us some overdrive pedals and go ahead and make some big honking swells full of echo and reverb and get a little shoegaze-y with it, you know? There we go. Now let's do the same thing, but now let's mess with the pre-gain volume. It's a very different way that your sound ends up interacting with your time-based stuff. When we use the post volume, I get a much more gradual implementation of the effect. But when we use the pre-volume, I'm finding that sound has a tendency to build up in certain frequency areas, and things can sound maybe a little bit more chaotic than you were initially intending it to be. I don't think either one sounds better than the other. I think they both serve a purpose. As a matter of fact, doing this right now kind of makes me want 2 volume pedals on my pedal board, and that's just a little overkill if you ask me. But if you're into that kind of experimentation, you know, that's what it's there for. But I should mention about the Morley volume pedal, the post one that we're using right now. One of the cool features of it that I like a lot is that it has this minimum volume knob on the left side of the pedal. And using the foot switch on the right, you're basically able to turn that on and off, and the knob sets your heel down position. So say as a post volume pedal, that could come in really handy if maybe your sound guy's not that good, I guess you could say, and you kind of have to do your own live mixing as a guitar player. So let's, hypothetically speaking, put ourselves into that place. So we know at some point we're gonna have a lead, but we might want to have a lower volume for rhythm type stuff. Our full volume is this. but that's not gonna be good enough for rhythm. We're gonna need to kick on that minimum volume. So let's sweep it and find a nice little spot for us to hang our hat for a little while. There is a difference between a pre-gain volume pedal and a post-gain volume pedal, and neither one is better than the other. They both work great for the job that they're supposed to do. It's just up to you to decide what it is that you are going to be using your volume pedal for, and there is one out there for you. And I think the Morleys are the ones that I like the most right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. Maybe it was short. I haven't been keeping tabs on the time here. But if you did, please help me appease the YouTube algorithm by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with your friends, and of course, clicking the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell so you don't miss any videos coming up. It's been awesome of you guys to spend some time with me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until next time I see you, friends, I'm SeanPierceJohnson, and I wish you all great tone, good health, and of course, happy stomping. Cheers, friends. God bless you. We'll see you next time. I completely missed that one.